itakuwa very transparent.
Since 2022, countries in Africa have been hit by extreme weather conditions, which include droughts, floods and landslides, as we recently witnessed. With livestock decimated and crops failing, water has become a scarce and a valuable resource. In Somaliland, makeshift dams are gaining popularity as the United Nations Development Programme supports action to eradicate water scarcity. In our weekly series, Citizen Planet, Laura Tieno now reports on the changing face of Somaliland, where green landscapes are replacing dry earth.
Every morning, the dry wind blows over Dila town in Somaliland. Just before sunrise, a herd is directed towards the town's main water pan. As the herders draw water for the animals to quench their thirst, women are busy with cleaning. Colorful pieces of clothing draping thickets around the water pan, painting the contrast of cleanliness amidst the biting water shortage.
It has been years of suffering ever since the drought first struck, about 3 years ago. We have never gone back to our normal lives. We have been struggling a lot. We have to walk for hours with jerry cans and clothes so that we wait for them to dry and then carry water back.
Data from the United Nations Development Programme shows that the Horn of Africa, which includes Somaliland, was hit with an acute level drought in 2022. About 900,000 people were displaced as families sought a lifeline. The dry dams dotting Dila town remain as artifacts, carrying only distant memories of abundance and the reality of how harsh climate change can be.
When the drought struck, we had to come to the water pan and store the water we fetch here in jerry cans. It could never be enough for the family. 120-liter jerry can is what we use for drinking, washing, and cooking if we are lucky to find food.
However, nestled behind thorny bushes and the rays of the scorching sun beams a glimmer of hope for the residents. These makeshift dams have been set up with support from the UNDP to shorten the long journey in search of water for residents here. So far, 45 dams have been installed, with more in the pipeline.
These dams have been helping us. However, we would like for them to give us covers for the dams because sometimes the dust blows into the water. Frogs also like to stay into the water, yet we depend on it for drinking, so the covers will help us a great deal.
The impact of these water dams is already evident. Where there was once scorched, parched earth, now replaced by lush vegetation. Leafy vegetables have sprouted. Stalks of maize stand tall and bulbs of millet defy the heat. This irrigation project is also supported by the UNDP to cushion the community from the shocks of drought-induced food insecurity.
The plants are doing well. However, we would like to have more seeds that can withstand the drought. Last year, we lost some of the crops because the rains failed. But if we get the drought-resistant seeds, they will help us.
These farmers need extra support to perhaps set a poultry farm that can diversify their farming. This area can also support bee farming. Honey will be a good product to sell to have some income.
Climate change, however, still fights back. Irregular weather patterns are proving a threat to the dams and the way of life for these traditionally pastoral communities. Somaliland is now seeking more partnerships in order to sustainably build resilient systems.
Water harvesting system is complicated. If they do not store enough water during the rainy season, that's a big challenge to their livelihood and the sustainability of their livelihood. So that's one thing. Additionally, there's also the temperature is changing. There's a lot of heat in the day. There's also sometimes it's cold at night.
While Africa seeks to mainstream adaptation in the COP30 deliberations in Belém, the hope of millions of people like Ru'un and her family lies on the outcome. Leading with solutions, they hope that funds will flow to the grassroots to cushion them from the vagaries of climate change. Laura Otieno, Citizen TV, in Dila, Somaliland.